What's up, everyone? Ben with the BTC Sessions here, and this is your daily session.
Hodl that Bitcoin.
Before we dive in, a couple quick things. Do check out my website, btcsessions.ca. This is where you can reach out to me personally for your own BTC session. We can chat Bitcoin, wallets, proper security, whatever you like. All you need to do is scroll down to the bottom and there's a contact form for you there. Secondly, big shout out to Ledn.io, sponsors of the show. This is where you can use your Bitcoin as collateral to secure a Canadian or US dollar loan. All you need to do is go to the site. They've got a slider there so you can check out how much of a Bitcoin deposit is required for a specific dollar amount. The application takes a couple minutes to fill out, and if you're successful, your bank account is usually funded within 24 hours. So I did it myself, worked like a charm. So if you're looking to get your hands on dollars and you would not like to sell your Bitcoin to do so, this could be an option for you. They've also got a deal right now where if you use the link I'm providing below in the show notes, well, you can get an extra $50 worth of Bitcoin credited to your account if you get a loan. So with that, let's dive into the news. So I'm going to start today with price because we have been breaking through major resistance. Bitcoin is now above 6K. In fact, at the time of filming this, let me just kind of update this, double check. Yeah, we're well over 6,000. I find that the coin market cap price here is a little skewed, but yeah, we're in and around the $6,100 range. And the other interesting thing here is that while Bitcoin has been on a bit of a tear, the alts are either doing not much of anything, or depending on which one, are more or less getting slaughtered here. Like you're seeing, 4, 5, 6, 8, 15% drops in some of them, whereas Bitcoin's up about 3% on the day. So will this continue in the same direction for alts and for Bitcoin? I don't know. We'll see. But it looks like some people are calling to test highs above $6,500, which were seen in November of last year. However, if we do break down, so if we break down below this kind of 6,000 range, then we could be headed in the realm of 5,600, or maybe even below that, the 30-day moving average, which would be around 5,365. So I guess we'll see how that plays out. Regardless, always nice to see these prices again. And the other interesting thing, and now I was talking the other day about what a bullshit metric dominance is, but I find it hilarious that Bitcoin is still, we haven't seen a 57, almost 58% dominance in quite some time. And it's especially impressive when you have new shitcoins being created every day, diluting the entire market cap of the space, and still Bitcoin is up around this. So everything else is inflating to hell, and somehow more money is still flowing into Bitcoin to allow it to be this dominant. I'm impressed that it's held on this long. Honestly, in the long run, especially in another crazy bull market, eventually, if enough people make a bunch of bank on Bitcoin going up, then that money can kind of filter into some of the alts and they get pumped, and then newbies get roped in and they don't want to buy Bitcoin because it seems expensive. So they go down the list and go, well, what's cheap? Oh, XRP's 29 cents. That sounds pretty good. It could go up to 20,000, right? So, that's kind of the mindset of the people that come in not knowing anything about the space. We saw a lot of it in 2017, and a lot of those people have been more or less completely wrecked and filtered out of the space. The people that have stuck around have gotten a little bit more privy to what's going on, and I think are starting to smarten up. But what percentage of people have actually held any cryptocurrency, let alone Bitcoin itself? There's plenty more shitcoinery and mania to come. I'm positive we'll see some of it in the future. But regardless, it's still nice to see Bitcoin up. The other fun thing about being in Canada, of course, is we get to look at even bigger numbers. You look at the numbers here, we're well over $8,000 in Canada right now. Of course, that means that the Canadian dollar is worth less than the US dollar, but I mean, when you're competing between you're competing between fiat shitcoins, well, who cares? Anyways, let's move on to something else. And this was a hell of a drop from Bitcoin Magazine and Jameson Lopp, a guest contributor. Oh my God. So Jameson Lopp is, so I'll just read his bio here. Jameson is a cypherpunk who enjoys building technology that empowers individuals. After 3 years building infrastructure at BitGo's enterprise multi-signature wallet service, he is now the CTO at Casa, where he is focused on maximizing personal sovereignty and safety. You may be familiar with the word Casa, the name Casa, the Casa node. I've got one sitting right here. It is a Bitcoin and Lightning Network node that you can run independently, and it's got a nice, simple UI. In fact, I've got one running right here. I'm not going to open it up, but yeah, anyways. Really cool little piece of technology, especially for people that are just starting to experiment with Bitcoin and Lightning. Interesting to see how it works if you want to play around. I'll link to that down below and my video on it. Anyways, what did Jameson write? Oh my God. Wow. So he did a piece on Craig Wright, and he spent a ton of time essentially researching Craig and his journey into the space when he first started popping up, what he did before he was a household name in Bitcoin, and all of the incorrect things he has said, where a lot of things don't really line up, where he has lied or just been technologically illiterate in many places. This thing is a gold mine. So he goes, and again, he talks about, okay, well, this is how he came to the scene. He actually met Craig a while back in 2017. But yeah, so he broke down in point form a lot of the stuff that calls into question whether or not he really is Satoshi, and it's pretty clear from the article. There's really no evidence to support it, but he does say that Craig is one of those people uniquely positioned to claim that he was. But I mean, just going through some of the lists, like the writing style according to text analysis doesn't line up. Just various quotes. Wright once said, "I am a lawyer, and this, financial law, is my area of specialty." Whereas the real Satoshi, when asked about financial law that applied to Bitcoin, said, "I am not a lawyer, and I can't possibly answer that." He also said, "At no point have I said that Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency, and yet Satoshi called Bitcoin a cryptocurrency on several occasions." Not only that, and I noticed this wasn't mentioned in the article, but later on he goes on to show this blog that Craig went back and changed to make it look like he was Satoshi. So this blog was written in August 2008, and the original one, so this was a snapshot of the blog in 2014. The end of the blog said, "Tomorrow, back to the DNS paper, my statistics dissertation and work." Whereas it was changed between 2014 and 2015 to say, "Tomorrow, back to the DNS paper, my statistics dissertation and work. I have a cryptocurrency paper out soon, 20 years, triple entry bookkeeping." And so obviously it was changed in between. But the more hilarious thing I see here is that Craig earlier said, "I've never called Bitcoin a cryptocurrency," even though Satoshi did call it that. But he also went back to change his own blog to insert the word cryptocurrency that is supposedly from 2008. Oh my God. So there's so many great little snippets in here that are just too crazy to believe. And so it goes into his initial kind of press opportunity where he got to prove where he was Satoshi, and how the signature that he used to prove it was actually just a signature taken from an old Bitcoin transaction from 2009, that essentially it's like taking the last page of a contract and stapling it onto a new one, and saying, "Yeah, that's my signature." It was not. There's just mountains and mountains of stuff here. I sat and read through this today, and it's just crazy. So many different debunked cryptographic signatures. It goes into the trial that's going on between him and a guy who's suing him for stealing or wrongfully obtaining his Bitcoin. Oh man, there's just so much. It even goes into sleep activities and schedules where they talk about, okay, well, when was Craig Wright most publicly active online? And they go back to various points in time, and it would denote somebody living in Australia where he lived. Whereas Satoshi, his public activity online tended to line up more with somebody from the U.S. So even just that in and of itself is kind of denotes that, well, either these are two different people, or he had the foresight to create two totally different sleep schedules to pretend he was two separate people because he thought somebody would check how often he was online and what times, well into the future. It goes through plenty of technical errors and things where he said something completely incorrect, and technical people have corrected him and pointed out how completely wrong he was about various things that he should know about, given that he's the creator of Bitcoin. There's just so much here, and it is a lengthy read, but well worth it. Definitely well worth it. It also goes into potential relationships between him, Calvin Ayre, a lot of the corporations that you see in and around Bitcoin SV right now. It talks about his patent trolling. It talks about kind of what the master plan could be here and why him being Satoshi would be valuable, or why it would be a good idea for him to do it to get out of a mountain of debt that he was under with his previous companies. And yeah, it's just, there's no way I could ever cover it all here. You're just going to have to read, but holy hell, take a look at this, and kudos, Jameson. Wow, this is a lot. So thank you for doing all this work, and I'm sure people will be pointing to this for quite some time, every time Craig says anything. But let's move on to another troll in the Bitcoin space. This, if it loads for me here we go. Congressman Republican Brad Sherman. So he called for a ban of U.S. citizens buying and selling cryptocurrencies, any cryptocurrencies whatsoever, just a blanket ban on everybody dealing with it. And he cited as reasons as it undermines the U.S.'s ability to have a stronghold in the globe as this kind of world reserve currency, and the U.S. gets to be the one that divvies up all these sanctions and has the final say and gets to print money whenever they like and create debt and issue debt. And so he goes through all of these reasons 100% as that have contributed to the reason for Bitcoin existing in the first place, and then says, this is why I want to ban it. Oh my God, yeah, like he perfectly outlines why we need Bitcoin. The funny thing is, this isn't the first time that he's called for a blanket ban on owning, buying, selling, and even mining cryptocurrency. Almost exactly a year ago. He's shy by about a month and a half here, but in July of 2018, same thing, he called for a blanket ban on U.S. citizens being able to use cryptocurrency in any capacity. And the entire internet, the entire crypto internet just lit up, and basically he got his ass handed to him. And they started pointing out who his funders were. Like look at this from the Crypto Dog. Brad Sherman was so concerned about crypto users using cryptocurrency for deceptive and illegal financial activity, yet his top campaign donation came from a company that had to forfeit $13.3 million to the U.S. government for facilitating illegal gambling. And it has screenshots of all of this. Anyways, it did not go well for him last time around. I'm very interested to see what happens this time. But kudos to Brad Sherman for perfectly outlining the reasons why we need Bitcoin. People like him are the reason we need Bitcoin. Anyways, I'm going to leave that there. Guys, I'm going to wrap it here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you want to help out the show, hit up my website again. Make sure you check out the sponsor, Ledn.io, if you're looking to get a loan and use Bitcoin as collateral. Links for that are down below. And if you're new here, hit subscribe, smash that like button, hit the little bell notification icon, because every time this airs for the first time, I'm in the side chat chatting everybody up. So you want to be notified about that and show up next time. And if you really like what you saw here, you can drop me a Bitcoin tip via the Lightning Network at my tippin.me account. If you don't know how to do it, I made a video, so I'll be sure to link that as well. And that is it for me, guys. Thank you so much. No, it's not. It's not. Wait, before I go, I got to show you guys something. Okay, we just launched this today. I can't believe I almost forgot this. I'm super excited about this, but we just launched with Bull Bitcoin our merch store. It is called Bitcoin Outlet. So you've seen these hats probably around a bit. I've got one up on the wall behind me as well. I've been wearing a lot of this merch, these shirts and stuff in my videos, and yes, this is up. It is live. You can now order it. Now, it does only ship, unfortunately, to North America, but we're super excited about launching this. Also, everything you see here, other than the hat, is limited edition. There will only be a limited number of prints of each clothing item, and after that, that's it. You will never see the exact same design on the store again. So the whole idea is to keep with the ethos of Bitcoin, in that everything is rare and limited. We also wanted to just kind of focus on having more artistic pieces of clothing instead of just taking a logo and slapping it on everything. So yeah, be sure to check that out. We also have original art. So this piece here, right there, that one is up. And again, this is Bitcoin Magazine issue 1 turned into some art. There's a lot of great stuff here. If you're interested, I would read through some of the descriptions too, because they're fun. I'll just read you something really quick here. In keeping with the ethos of Bitcoin, all products created on Bitcoin Outlet are limited edition. Once a product sells out, that's all, folks. There will be no more made in the same way. Design variations may be released, but never the exact product. Products distributed through Bitcoin Outlet are rare. And yeah, we go on to say a lot of different stuff. When it comes to art, we say Bitcoin Outlet is the place that brings great Bitcoin artwork into the spotlight. We like to think we're aggregating the work of artistic individuals with the same drive and talent as BTC devs. This isn't the fucking B team. Every cultural revolution is complemented by great art. This is our outlet. So yeah, if you want to check it out, even just check it out, let me know what you think of the site itself. There's some funny little tidbits scattered throughout it. And there will be new drops of new designs and new clothing. You saw that hodler shirt that I was wearing the other day. If you've been watching the show, that will be dropped eventually on here. But yeah, keep your eyes peeled for new stuff there. And thank you guys very much. I'm going to wrap it there now that I extended even longer than I expected, but I will see you guys tomorrow for your daily session.